intensity, real desire to get up the other end, to press high, and that nearly reaped a reward here. While still a little uncertain, this all changed backline for the Gunners. It eventually broke for Carlos Baliba to test Arisa Balaga with the shot early in the game.
Yeah, a couple of comfortable shots for him early on. The fizzing across the surface gave him a little bit of an introduction to the game.
With what did come his way, with a measure of consistency, certainly, a measure of composure. Brighton were creating the more frequent chances. And taken on from distance by Diego Gomez.
Yeah, another good strike, but he couldn't replicate the goals from a previous round, where he scored 4, but still a good striker of the ball.
Might still have a shout for top scorer in this competition, despite Brighton's exit at the fourth round stage. They were looking the likelier here. Still less involved as well. Jorginho Rute was never far from their threat. Arisa Balaga down smartly once more.
Yeah, saves that were giving him that lovely introduction to the game and giving him confidence going on.
His free kick here was hit straight at the wall, but it wasn't the end of the danger. Kepier alert, as was Marino in flicking it on, and it nearly came the way of Harriman Anus on debut in the middle.
Yeah, little he could do more than that, Marino. Just had to try and help it round the corner, but couldn't find an Arsenal shirt.
So into the second half, with the game still goalless. Brighton had opted for one change at the break. Mikel Arteta sent the same players out there. And Max Dowman did really well here and then went down. Pascali, the defender in question. It looked initially as if the referee might have pointed to the penalty spot there, but Sam Barrett decided not to.
And the correct decision for me. Planting of the foot, I think Max Dowman was trying to get that penalty.
Arsenal had begun the second half in the ascendancy, though the tables were beginning to turn. Ethan Nwaneri with a range setter.
Yeah, that was the first shot. The second shot we'll see soon, Phil, but that was the first shot that gave him the sighter, and he didn't get the angle. This was the shot where he did at the end of a great move. Lovely little move involving 3 players, and there's the angle on the shot this time that beats Steele. The all-important angle that he didn't create with that first shot, but the move was sublime, really, and I think he'll love that, Arteta, with the criticism that he's had about no goals from open play. Nearly the perfect move. Lovely little back flick from Marino, Les Lewis Skelly involved, and then a great finish across the keeper.
Evidence that Arteta's Gunners do have a little bit of everything in their armoury, not just reliant on set pieces, although they nearly scored from one here. Mikel Marino's effort kept out on the line by Jason Steele.
He kept out on the line, but Gabriel had come on in that stage, and he really was creating chaos. Even if he didn't get on the end of it, Mourinho did. He was the chaos that was creating because of the fear of him being on that pitch. And this is the driving run for the second goal. What a run from Timber. That's 50, 60 yards. And at the end of it, when your legs are giving way, you've got to put the perfect weight on the pass. He did. Harriman Anus, well, his shot was saved, but there's Saka on the follow-up. But I can't emphasise enough, that run from Timber was absolutely superb. And you just have to recover yourself at the end of it, and he did. Lovely little pass.
And the substitutions paying dividends here. Not just Saka who scored it, but Timber who'd come on as well. Saka seemingly settling it with that second goal, having been on the pitch for just 5 minutes. Another substitute, Leandro Trossard, was brought on a little bit later in the piece to face his former side. He very nearly had the final say. Thumped back off the post there, Trossard. Unfortunate.